Believe it or not, I would rather not hate these people. I really would rather not. I mean, I don't hate them where I carry it around. But the thing is with me, long before the first term and the big purge of all the YouTube people that had a ton of followers, they were suppressing me from the get-go. From the get-go. They almost, it's like they knew I was going to do videos. It's so weird. I mean, every platform. I didn't go on TikTok till a few years, later, I don't know, 2023, maybe. And at first, I was able to get followers, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe this is a legit platform, but that changed. That changed. It would never let me. That was the only platform I got up to close to 15,000 followers. Otherwise, on Rumble, on Truth, on YouTube, does not matter. None of them. None of them. So it tells me they all hate women. They don't want people truly that are speaking up. They only want the Nick Fuentes's, because, again, he hates women. He hates women. Charlie Kirk hated women. And I get that Donald Trump, people say he highlights people, so he praises them. That gets confusing after a while. It really does. Because then how do you know what is legit and what isn't when he's praising somebody? Because he's praised Kirk all the time. Yet what I don't understand is Charlie Kirk and JD go back to being friends when they were both never Trumpers. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was a never Trumper. He only got on board with Trump once he realized there was no way that he was gonna win. Are you kidding me? Peter Thiel didn't want Trump to get in. No, they want somebody that they can control. So the thing is about Charlie Kirk and all of these people is that all of the platforms allow those people, the majority of them hating women, to have these big platforms. So then when the Trump administration praises Kirk or, any of these people, and some of them they don't, but when they really just, constantly highlighted Kirk, I'm just like, that's where I have to just totally lean on God. That's pretty much all I do anymore now. But because, God makes it clear in the Bible that he's not a God of confusion. And that all that White House does is cause me confusion. Because, at some point, it's like you're not highlighting at all or you are. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not trying to say that like I don't support him. I'm just, they all are too confusing. And I don't think that I would be still doing videos if I wasn't being suppressed. I think being suppressed just makes me do it more. Because it's wrong. It's wrong to carry on about this free country. And I get, Trump's he's in a totally different mindset than me. Okay, he just is. He's in the mindset that is let's attach to the world, okay? And I go by what Jesus said, don't attach to the world. But I've seen what the Nick Fuentes's and what the Charlie Kirks have created in young people that I know, that I care about. And it's ugly. I don't like it. They were different. They're changing because of the influence of dirtbags like this. And so I shouldn't say that, right? Because I believe in Christ, and so it's like, let's be fair, let's give mercy. And it's such a hard balance there. I cried over Christmas about this because I thought, oh, I shouldn't be judgmental. And I did. But then it's like, what do? You just keep your mouth shut, and that's what we've done. And then everybody just looks the other way, but says, oh, I'm Christian. I never said anything. What? You never said anything truthful? It's really a hard balance. But given that Charlie Kirk never talked about Epstein till 2025, JD never mentioned it till 2021. Yet, look, going back to the first term of Trump's, I guess Charlie Kirk had mentioned what Trump was doing for trafficking, but he never tied it with the Epstein thing, which is strange to me because that was easy to see back then. Totally easy to see. So I'm not really sure why it took him until 2025 to bring up Epstein or to tie those two together, like he didn't want to. And given that him and JD clearly knew each other probably before 2017 because he groomed Peter Thiel groomed JD in 2011 at Yale, and he groomed Kirk in 2012 right before he was out of high school, and then was supporting Turning Point later, going on the campuses, the college campuses, because Charlie Kirk started off in the high schools. So already, pushing, like the left pushes their ugliness, but they hate women, biological women, just as much as the right does. They do. They just hate women for a different reason. Well, no, I think it's really the same reason. It's a gay thing. I don't but so when I see that ugliness, and then yet seeing young people, Gen Zers, that are following this, it's like, what is the future going to hold? Like, you could sit there in the White House and talk about how great and wonderful it is all you want. But when these young people are being influenced by this garbage, and Charlie Kirk was garbage, yet Trump acts like, well, he was about God and country. Was he? I don't know what God. Because he wouldn't have been saying, I can understand people that say things, but they're truly trying to follow Christ. They're not trying to lead people astray. That's not what he was doing. He was deliberately on a mission to push women down, but do it based around this biblical narrative that is nonsense. But he was up to playing games long before that. Yet he was never silenced. Oh, he claimed that on YouTube they took his channel down. They had to take all those influencer channels down. You know why? Because they purged a bunch of regular people in the first term, everyday people. And so to make it look legit, you can't keep the other ones up. But when it came to X or any of the other platforms, oh, they were never suppressed. They were pushed out there over and over again. Why? Because of him, all these people that control tech. That's the ugliness they wanted to push out there, is the Nick Fuentes types that are just angry, that just hate women, that all seem to have this part of them that is all part of the American Bunt Party, the Nazi Party. I get everybody thinks, well, Charlie Kirk was a friend of Israel. No, he was already moving in the same direction as the rest of them. His last Turning Point event before he was shot, he had Dave Smith on there, of all people, okay? I mean, Dave Smith is clearly, he's Jewish, and yet goes after Israel all the time. And goes after, really, they go off in an ugly way. It's the total American Bunt Party from the 1930s. That's why him, Candace, they all came in together as a network. And they're all given these followers because, just realize they are given those followers because they're not truly from the heart speaking the truth. They're all up to twisting truth, twisting any little bit they can to deceive you and I. It's what they're up to.